Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittany and today I'm going to be doing something a little different than I normally do with my other videos. I actually picked up a cookbook from my grocery store, and you get these for free and you make a purchase through them. And I found a recipe that I'm interested in trying. It looks delicious. It's called a wild blueberry Galette, and it's kind of like a pie, but it's like an open face pie. So we're gonna give that a try. We're gonna test it out together. First thing you're gonna have to do is you're gonna use a already made pie crust. So they say the Hannaford rolled pie crust that you can buy. You can use Pillsbury too if you want. It doesn't matter. So I grabbed the Hannaford one, because that's what we have. It says you're going to roll this out to a 12-inch circle on a lightly dusted area. So I'm going to dust my countertop. I say lightly dusted, I kind of put a lot, but I know my countertop and stuff likes to stick, so we're going to make sure there's more than needed. Okay. So my pie crust is room temperature. Kind of just fell apart a little bit. That's okay. It's gonna go back together once I start rolling it. So just gonna roll it out, make it bigger than what it is. Now this is a first for me too, so I'm basically learning as I'm going as well, but I figured I'd give it a try. I like making new things, and when I find them, why not? It's kind of fun to do on video too, because it's my first time making it, so if you're following along, it'll be your first time making it. There is quite a list of ingredients, but from what I see, most people have this in their spice cabinet anyway, all the spices and everything else, so. Okay. Preheat your oven to 400 degrees, and you're going to be using a parchment lined baking sheet to put this on, so I'm going to grab mine real quick. Mine's all ready to go. It's already lined. So then you're going to, once you've rolled out your pie crust, you're going to transfer it over. Okay, if yours breaks like mine did, don't worry about it. I'm sure we can fix it as the time goes on. Okay. So, once you do that, set it aside so you have your working space. Put it over here. I'm going to clean up my counter real quick and then we'll carry on. Okay. So the next stage, it says, in a large bowl, you're going to stir together the blueberries, which it's 2.5 cups of fresh blueberries or frozen blueberries. I have frozen. That's what I'm going to use today. You're going to stir the blueberries. Okay. And here I have a 1/4 cup plus another tablespoon of brown sugar, but you're going to use that divided. So in this mixture, you're going to do a 1/4 cup. And I just dropped some all over the counter, because it wouldn't be a normal day of baking if I didn't make a mess. Okay, so here's my 1/4 cup. So I'm going to add that. And here I have cornstarch, and they want you to add that into this mixture. I'm going to grab myself a spoon because I'm going to need it. So that's 2 tablespoons of cornstarch that I just added in. And then lemon zest and juice. So they want you to have 1/2 teaspoon of zest and 1 teaspoon or 1.5 teaspoons of juice from the lemon. So here I just combined everything. There's the zest and the lemon is in there, so I'm just going to pour that on top. Why dirty more than one bowl? It's the same exact thing. And then vanilla and salt. So the vanilla, let's see how much I need. Half a teaspoon. Let me grab another measuring spoon. Half a teaspoon of vanilla. And how much salt? That's vanilla. You're going to need a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Seems pretty easy enough. Self-explanatory. Nothing too difficult. It's mostly making like a pie filling with the stuff that you have. And then, okay, you're going to stir that together. My blueberries kind of thawed a little bit, which is good. It makes it a little more workable than if they were completely frozen. I love getting these little books. I mean, make a purchase and get a free cookbook, and they always have cute little recipes in there. A lot of them are delicious. I've tried a few of them and I've enjoyed them all. Okay, so there's my mixture. So now it says to pour onto the crust, leaving 2 to 3 inch border. So I'm going to grab my crust again. I'm going to pour it right in the center of the crust. Try to scrape all the juices out of there and put it onto the pie. So if this doesn't turn out and you guys see it, it'll be a little embarrassing. But if it does, and it looks like that, it'll be good. Okay, so you're going to spread this out, leaving 2 to 3 inches around the border. Kind of make like a little pile. Okay. Now you're going to scatter butter all over the filling. So the butter amount is 1 tablespoon of butter. You're going to take a tablespoon of butter. Just to scatter it, so they want you to cut it into little pieces. My butter softened just in the time that I took it out of the fridge until I started making this. Okay, so I'm going to cut it into little chunks and put it on top of the filling. Okay, so that's scattered amongst the filling. And now, working your way around the Galette, fold dough towards center to cover about 2 inches of the filling. So you're going to pull it over the filling. So you're going to go like this. Overlapping the dough every few inches, press gently together. So you're going to have like an overlapping kind of situation. So it's going to be kind of hard with my broken piece here. If I can somewhat squeeze it back together, make it a lot easier to fold. So that's going to fold over. That's going to fold over that. Kind of making like a pocket around it. And as you fold each area, you're kind of making like a tuck. More. There. So, this is what it looks like with the topping, the filling in the center. Everything's folded over. Now, okay, please stir together remaining 1 tablespoon brown sugar and the cinnamon in a small bowl. So I have the remainder of the brown sugar right here, which is a tablespoon, and they want you to use 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. Here's my 1/4 teaspoon. Here's my cinnamon. So you're going to mix the cinnamon into the brown sugar. I really hope this turns out the way that that turned out. Theirs looks awfully big compared to mine though. I don't know if I could have really rolled it out much more. It was very thin. Okay, so now brush your crust with beaten egg and sprinkle the crust with the mixture. So I'm going to get a brush. And in this bowl right here, I've already beaten an egg. So you're going to use that. Okay, so like I would suggest using this for like a party or anything because it's really small, or you make multiples. Good little dessert for. Okay, so you're going to brush the edges of the pie crust edges with the egg. Shows a good coating on all of the edges. Okay, and then, so you brush the egg and then you're going to sprinkle this mixture onto the sides. So you're going to take your brown sugar, your leftover brown sugar and cinnamon, and you're going to sprinkle it onto the sides of the blueberry, the crust. It smells good. Fall's approaching us really quickly. Fall is like my favorite time of the year. I especially love to bake in the fall. Summer, I bake, but I don't bake as much as I do in the fall and the winter, obviously, because it's a little warm and I'm outside doing stuff and just enjoying the little amount of summertime that we have. It's okay if you get some of the sugar onto the blueberries. I'm sure that doesn't matter. Okay, and now you're going to bake until the crust is golden brown and firm for 20 to 35 minutes. So, 25 to 35 minutes, you're going to stick this in a 400-degree oven. And this is what mine looks like. It's kind of small, but it's worth a try. If it's good, just make another one. So I'm going to stick this in, and I will be back in, well, I'll check in 25 minutes, and I'll let you know how it looks. And then we'll go from there. So my timer just went off for the 25-minute mark. I'm going to check it and show you what it looks like. I suggest checking it regardless if you think it's ready or not, because every oven's different. So this is what it looks like so far. It could definitely use some more baking time. So I'm gonna put it in for the extra 10 minutes. I like my crust to be, crunchy. So I'm gonna put it in for another 10 minutes. I actually made a second one because they're kind of small and I have a family of 4 and the first one will probably go all to my husband. So I'm gonna let that continue baking and I will be back in another few minutes. My timer is about to go off for the 35-minute mark. So I'm gonna check that out and we'll go from there. Definitely looks a lot better. Blueberries seeped out on the sides. That was to be expected. But I think it looks amazing and it smells amazing. The downfall with this is you cannot try this like fresh out of the oven because you will burn the inside of your mouth off. So I'm going to let this sit for like half an hour. That's what they recommend. Let it settle for half an hour. And then, yeah, I'll be able to try it. And of course, I made... while that was baking and you guys weren't watching, I made some whipped cream because my husband, it's like a sin if we don't have whipped cream to put on pie. So I made some of that. If you want that recipe, I have a video down below that shows you how to make a quick homemade whipped cream. And yeah, so can't wait to try it, see how it tastes. But it looks amazing. We'll see you in a few. Okay, so this has sat for about half an hour. Gave me time to eat my lunch real quick. Now, I'm assuming we would cut this with a pizza cutter because, or a knife, whichever, but I think this would be easier. I'm gonna cut into it, give it a taste, let you know what I think of it. Looks delicious. Kind of like a little fruit pizza. Okay. I don't want to make a mess. I'm kind of worried about it. Let's see if I can do this without making a mess. Let's get cut. I don't want it to fall. Looks amazing. Smells amazing. And you know, this way was like 10 times easier than making an actual pie. I know that sounds a little crazy because pies are easy to make, but just putting this together was a lot easier. So I'm gonna taste. So good. So I'm gonna taste it without whipped cream. It's amazing. With the whipped cream, it would even be better. Let's try the crust, because the crust is what has all the toppings to it. And of course, I got it on my fingers. The egg and all the sugars gave it like a super crunch. It's like an airy kind of crunch because it's not a thick piece of crust. This is super good. I highly recommend this recipe. I actually had a lot of fun making something new with you guys and testing it out for the first time and not knowing what the outcome would be. Kind of made it a little more exciting. So if you like videos like what I've just done with testing out different recipes that I have not made yet, just let me know down below. I'll do more of them like this. Also, if you want to send me a recipe, I'm more than willing to try it. So, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and comment down below what if you have a recipe you want me to try, or if you like this video, if you want to see more like this, and we'll go from there. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a good day.